friends. So, ooh, I did not think to to clear my ever-precious throat. Now, what we have is a TWIZTID tier list. Do I need the alignment chart? Oh, what in the world? Ugh. Never mind. Get me out of here. No, fuck. Yeah, let's get out of that nonsense, friends. TWIZTID is a band that I love. I deeply love TWIZTID. Just with my little black soul. Enough to go through these fuck-ass ads that are so painful. We have Most Tasteless, an album. Instead of doing the infamous Superheroes Incorporated, you know, this is a culmination of the House of Crazies, of Hectic and Mr. Bones and the ROC. Some of those tracks we will hear later on throughout these journeys and compilations. But as a debut album from a rap group, I don't want this to be too cheesy. This is an A-tier project. Most Tasteless is such a different, it's especially the Juggalo scene in 1997. You know, you have the Great Malenko, and it was just the ICP show for so long, and I still subscribe to the fact that if you don't like ICP, you can't be a Juggalo, if that makes sense. Because, you know, you couldn't be walking around, you know, in 1996 saying you were a Juggalo. You didn't fuck with, you know, that whole gig. And then, I don't know, hold on. It's a little bit more nuanced now. But, you know. We have songs like Secondhand Smoke, Die Motherfucker Die, renditions of Reality, She Ain't Afraid, Meat Cleaver, $85 an hour. Did I say Murder already? Because that's a bop as well. Someone's Dissing You. And then what was the fucking other one? How Does It Feel? The essence of TWIZTID is really there, and I think the only thing, like when TWIZTID did the Rock the Dead reissue here, I think it came out yesterday actually, which is crazy. I didn't do a video on that. I should. You can just hear the progression in TWIZTID, because even some of the cuts, which the reissue I would probably put in D tier, because of it doesn't have murder, and I think it just adds Hound Dogs, maybe Spin the Bottle, and I think Rock the Dead as well. I know Rock the Dead, and I think Spin the Bottle and Hound Dogs as well. And yeah, and some of like Rock the Dead sounds completely different than anything on Most Tasteless. It has that edge that, like, it goes for the same with like Carnival of Carnage to Beverly Kills. Beverly Kills is such a finely produced album. It might sound weird, but go back, and I had an original Beverly Kills that I spent like $40 on, which I would love to get another one of those, especially on vinyl. Ugh. Beverly Kills is such a fucking good album, man. But just the sound of TWIZTID on Most Tasteless really is encapsulated to just that era. By the time they hit Freak Show, they really leave that bubble. And I don't know if the budget got higher or they took the mixing more serious. You know, I think they said they had 2 to 3 weeks in one of the Fago Lover interviews to turn in this record. So it coming out not less than favorable, but it definitely does have the sound to it of something that wasn't shit out. But you know. So, if I am not mistaken, I do believe that we have Cryptic Collection 1 releasing before our next release, probably mid-2000. Cryptic Collection 1, not too many memories of this bad boy. And the one thing, while TWIZTID does have a lot of compilation records, there's really only one or two that really stick out as good to me. Cryptic Collection 1, and I'm just going to get it out of the way now. Cryptic Collection 3 is going in C tier as well, because both of these, collections, they're really more like cash grabs, realistically. Because, by the time, especially with, and I guess in the era of YouTube, it's different. I get it. So, and I might as well get it out the way now. Cryptic Collection 2 is gonna be our first S tier album, and we'll get to that in a second. But with a Cryptic Collection 4, which that's A to B tier, I have to go B for Cryptic Collection 4. But Cryptic Collection 4 came out in 2011. So you were well more than able to find this nonsense. And even if MySpace, fucking YouTube, fucking many, many ways you could get it. So these I can give a little bit more credit to, and this is just a good record. I remember, which is my favorite TWIZTID song, is on Cryptic Collection 2. My Liquid Friend, Remember the Children, I think I Don't Care is on there. The We Don't Die non-rock mix. Cryptic Collection 2 is such a good listen. And I had the motherfucking Psychopathic Records OOG. There's this is the reissue cover here. And there was an issue with the parental advisory logo that I think was Red Distribution, if I'm not mistaken. And that would have been around the time of 2002, I want to say. So that was the second edition. And there was just a regular ass Psychopathic, what the fuck ever, how they pressed CDs. But it was the works of Madroxymonoxide. And you had to get both versions. And you put it together, and it made you had the two different covers. And I had the Madrox cover. And I got that thing on eBay for $12. It even had a buyback sticker with $136. It was probably one of the rarest CDs I will ever have, and it's just fucking gone. Sickening. Any other compilations? Don't Play This for Anyone is really just a little rarity drop they did, and I did hear it around the time it came out, and they do go over the beat the sample that Logic used on Run It on the Incredible True Story album, and I remember liking that. And outside of that, I don't remember hating it. I don't remember it too well. If it was on Spotify, I would listen to it more, and I do listen to a good amount of TWIZTID. TWIZTID is my second most streamed artist on my last FM. So, I'm not an expert. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah. I know it was not a bad little dandy, though. Anything else up here? The Halloween collection I won't rank because I haven't heard it. This is just a tour thing. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna do that one either. Get that one out of here. I think that's it. I think we'll be able to be rolling along here soon. Okay, so our next record is going to be Freak Show. And Freak Show is a solid B tier album for me. And I think it is only because while all the... I want to make this make sense. The lyrics and the verses on Freak Show I definitely like. And the nu metal edge to it I think is okay. But it really doesn't translate well. Like, I like the song Fall Apart. I'm not gonna really be bumping that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, What the Dead Like, I can go back to. Broken Wings is a good song, but I just can't really like. And I think sonically, the album is failed, and it's not anything against what Paul and Jamie did on this record, because it's a phenomenal record. But in the grand scheme, and just as a music fan, it was never my favorite TWIZTID album, just simple and blunt. We Don't Die is a good example. It's a great fucking song, and I think We Don't Die being kind of the ceiling of that kind of sound and style, because this is a whole fucking even the weed song on here, it's staticky. The chorus is definitely catchy, and that's an acclimate that can be given to it. But it's a very fucking very scratchy, distorted, blown out speaker vibes. And I might have to sit down with this one and do a re-listen to it to get through some more of these points that I'm trying to get across. And I love the staple sad song TWIZTID had on the end of their albums for a while there, like I'm Alright on here. And on the previous album, they had Renditions of Reality, which was such... Renditions of Reality is on the lower end of my TWIZTID sad songs, but it is still a good song, just like I'm Alright. But there's I'm Alright, and then there's another one on there. I'm Different is a good example, and I think just kind of because TWIZTID always had that rock edge, but I never got like that kind of new metal. Like, there was fucking metal, and then what they're doing on there, it's kind of a little more, bombastic. I hope I'm recording this in shitty resolution. I don't know. Hope so. So, B tier for Freak Show. Up next, we have a great EP, as they call it. And I want to... Man, if this... Let me tell you. Mirror Mirror being a high A tier is insane. Because Mirror Mirror... that might be S. I think... I don't know why that's up in S. That's only for literally a few songs. But Mirror Mirror definitely can have a claim to being up there. Because it's such a fucking weird fucking album, man. Like, it is so personal. And if, when you look at, like, Heartbroken and Homicidal and Wicked in the Days, it's kind of, I don't want to be rude, but it's kind of a caricature of what the real, like, fucking, the real shit is on Mirror Mirror. Like, the fucking, like, it's literally, like, going through depression, anger, horniness, fucking, like, the Mirror Mirror might be literally, like, I need to look into it. It's like, that might just be the 7 stages of depression or whatever, like, because it's a fucking trip, man. Like, you have so many peaks and valleys of emotion on that album. You have Can't. What's That? Fucking The World. Fucking Reflection. fucking You're the Reason, fucking, what is it, not Dirty, I think it's Dirty Little Girl or whatever. Like, even the sex song on there is fucking great. Like, Mirror Mirror is top to bottom, left field too, like, that whole deal, immaculate. Give me more of it. I need that. Mirror Mirror is up there. And throughout Mirror Mirror, and I think For the Fam was in there somewhere, or that came out shortly after the next one. I never heard For the Fam, so I apologize. But it is what it is. We have the Green Book up next. And that's a fucking man, because the Green Book is a fucking beast, man. And I think we only got one video off of that, which was Afraid of Me. And Afraid of Me is a song that, to this day, still holds up. I guarantee there are motherfuckers bumping Afraid of Me still. You Don't Want to Be Like Me, fucking wondering why. Even the Call Me skit is good. I'm the Only One. Marsh Lagoon, Nicotine, Fat Kids, fucking The World Is Hell. What else? Darkness, Everybody Dies. You fucking just such a good album. And it's really like the OG Independence Day. Because you just have, features all over this thing. E40, Bushwick Bill, Esham, ICP are on it together. I think Jay and Shaggy are on two different tracks. Yeah, because Jay is on Marsh Lagoon and Shaggy is on I'm the Only One. You have Blaze is on there somewhere. Is Frankenstein on the Green Book? I forgot how good that shit was. Yeah, it's got to be on there. Frankenstein's fucking amazing. Who else was on there? I know I'm gonna forget someone. Serial Killer with Tech 9. I can't believe I forgot that. That's crazy. That probably would have been it. Yeah, 2003. You had, around that time, getting the Wraith, getting fucking Hatchet Warrior, if that was your gig, getting fucking Hatchet Warrior was like 2001, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Fucking getting Mirror Mirror, Green Book, getting Wizard of the Hood, getting the whole shebang of nonsense just thrown at you. It's just crazy. And the Green Book cannot be just disrespected in the way that it has. No longer. It's never been disrespected. I've disrespected it before. If you go on some old YouTube comment sections, you will find me talking shit because I just didn't get it. But now I do. And I know it is amazing. As one should. I think that's about it. That's all I have to say about Green Book, I suppose. So, we move on to Man's a Myth. Now, this is really getting hard, because this might be an S tier too, I'm not gonna lie, because the whole motif of the monsters and I think the whole little wraparound gimmick is a little weak. I don't think it doesn't really stick with me. I don't think about it. I really just think the songs are just really good. You have The Story of Our Lives, man. Iconic twisted track. You have fucking Won't Die. Just a classic twisted cut in my eyes. Very fucking... And inhales 3 gallons of water in my chest. Just really chanty. Really fucking... rhythmic. Like, these guys are really just moving on top form in this moment, because this is like 2 years after Green Book, I want to say. Yeah, like 05. So they're really just steamrolling into Man's Myth. And Off the Chain, such a great beat. You have an iconic Wii track with So High. Fucking what the fuck? What is the track with Violent J on here? There is a Violent J song called Get Ready, or For the fight of your life, you're gonna end it tonight. Come get me. We can come out. Yeah, whatever. Fucking. Yeah, that's a good one. Man's Myth, classic. It's a classic. You can't listen to Twisted. I can't have it. It's got to go up. It's got to be. It's not better than Green Book. But behind Green Book and S tier, I can agree with that. Because you have the argument. You have the I got 5 on it bonus track. I'm comfortable with that. That's what we're going to go with. Man's Myth, not only did they release one album, though, instead of the Black Magic album that was teased on, I believe, what was that teased on? I can't remember. But there were teasers for this Twisted album called Black Magic. And it was like a fucked up schoolroom. And it had a bunch of pictures saying, I will not kill in class today, or I will not kill in school today. And it was really a rock edge. And I think that's where Wrong With Me was originally supposed to end up, which that never ended up on a studio release, which is fucking crazy. That would have just... Like, that song's well known, but that could have been like a fucking anthem. Like, ridiculous. Maybe I'm just a depressed fuck, but who knows. But along with the Man's Myth album, we have Mutant, which is a fucking heavy, very... This is what gives me issues with Freak Show, because the rock fundamentals that Jamie Spinulio and Paul Methrick display definitely hit better on a Mutant remix remastered, on a Generation Nightmare, because this thing, even the originals, I dug the original mixes of this record. You know, Stardust, Familiar, Respirator, Mannequin, fucking Triple Threat. Just, it's such a fucking, and what was the sad song at the end of Mutant? It was some shit, I don't know. Get Off of Me, I Know, up there, banging. You had fucking The Transformation of a New Civilization. So many just great songs on here. Can't stand it. Too good. With the remixes, I would probably just throw that in A tier. Nothing too transformative. And the band, they had this backing band for a while. It was like Twisted into Wickedness or the Darkness. And they were just, I'm not sure what their whole gig was. But it does sound a lot better instrumentation wise, but as songs, I think I would have to put the OG versions of Mutant higher. It's just my humble opinion, realistically. I don't see anything else I can get to before that. So, realistically, then we are going to move along to Independence Day. Now, Independence Day, another A tier project. Welcome Home is such a fucking intro. And the first 2 tracks on here is just Twisted cutting it solo before we even get to the meat and potatoes of the project. It's really like setting the stage. You have Welcome Home. You have Monster before we get into these feature heavy, rap fucking, and no one's coming here really to fuck around. You got the fucking Dog Pound, you got Proof, you got Tech 9 and Chris, you got fucking ICP, you got fucking even DJ Clay. It's pretty good on there. I fucking DJ Clay on there. But Welcome Home, Monster, Raw Deal, fucking just some of the tracks on here are insane. Like you have, 2, Welcome Home is a top 10 Twisted track. Monster is top 15. And you know, Raw Deal is top 15 too, probably, if we're being fucking honest about it. And to be so late into the career, and the Independence Day versus Tempest would be a great list. Because I think Independence Day and Independence Day and Tempest both have their unique qualities that I think it would be a good comparison. Because I think these are two great fucking records. I think Independence Day is really where they kind of get the anger that's going to be coming along and coming out more in Wicked. And I think they're just really picking up the pace. They're sounding great. You know, you have the Opaque Brotherhood after this. You have, you know, ICP starting in second deck. So, you know, this is just kind of, I want to, you know, this is 10 years after, you know, and we've missed a couple projects easily. Like, you know, there's countless gatherings in here. Probably a tour per year. You know, you have fucking, a motion picture they shot. They fucking, you know, they did the Warped Tour. I'm pretty sure they got booed off. That was around then. That might have been a little bit later, in like 2010, maybe. What else happened? They had the Psychopathic Riders release, and they had two Dark Lotus albums behind this, and then doing one a year after Independence Day. So the output is crazy, and to have pretty much, you know, 9 releases so stacked. Like, none of these have been bad yet. It is crazy. It is just crazy. Twisted is so fucking good. I think that's going to be a part 1 for us, friends. I think we're going to come back, or I'm going to edit it together. One of the two. We will figure it out.